Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to RAMP Promotions, The Real Deal podcast show. This is PIP Mondaze, so welcome. Sorry for the late start, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, it was a real busy day, and it's still gonna be a real busy night. So, strap in and get ready, because we are here for you and you always. So always remember, pray going out, pray coming in, and always remember God is in control, ladies and gentlemen. Also, do remember to donate to RAMP Promotions, The Real Deal podcast show. I'll put that down below. So you can support us by donating, okay? So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are contributors to the show. Whether you're watching, sharing, liking, or subscribing, or clicking that notification bell, we appreciate it. So to start the show tonight, we'll start with a prayer of hope. Psalms 91 it is. So let me share that with you before we go further, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to bring that on your stage right now.
Pause and let God's word cover you like a shield. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. The Lord is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. He delivers me from hidden traps, from deadly disease. He covers me with his feathers, and under his wings I find safety. His truth is my shield. I will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow by day, nor the pestilence in darkness, nor the destruction at noon. 1,000 may fall at my side, 10,000 at my right hand, but it will not touch me. No harm will overtake me. No plague will come near my home. For he commands his angels to guard me in all my ways. They lift me up in their hands so I will not stumble. Today I walk in divine protection. His promises are my security. His presence is my covering. His love surrounds me forever. If you believe in the power of Psalm 91, type Amen in the comments and share this prayer with someone who needs God's protection today. Let's pray Psalm 91 together, the most powerful prayer of protection. Right now, wherever you are, pause for a moment, close your eyes.
And that's the prayer of hope, ladies and gentlemen. So wherever you are, just relate to Psalms 91 for us, because it's a beautiful thing. I say welcome back to RAMP Promotions, The Real Deal podcast show. So, ladies and gentlemen, we also want to say a prayer for the family and the souls of the soul of Consul General Allison Roach Wilson. That's Consul General to New York. That's a Jamaican Consul General to New York. I've heard that she passed away. That was a sad event. And I want to bring that to the stage for you. And we want to say also that we're praying for the soul and the families of the former Consul General to New York. So also, I'll bring up the wording from that I received here. Let's see. Here we go. I'll bring that to the stage also. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The Jamaica Gleaner had put that post out. That's what I received, sorry. And we say our hearts go out to the families and friends of the former Consul General to New York. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so there you go. That's Jamaica Consul General to New York, Allison Roach Wilson died. And we're praying for them as we speak. So also we want to send a strong message and prayer out to all the victims of Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica, all the families who have lost. Also, you're in our prayers, and also we want to pray for the nation of Jamaica and all other nations that have been affected by Hurricane Melissa. It is truly a tragedy in the Caribbean. However, we never give up hope. We never do. You know, we say build back stronger. You know, there was many years. Well, when we started this podcast earlier this year, it's amazing that we did not envision we'd be covering such an event. And I remember the first time I was told to do a podcast was by a professor in George Mason University. And he turned to me and he said, George, you should do a podcast. I didn't take it as anything at the time. I said, well, let's see. I'll think about it, because I used to dabble around with being a radio personality years back. So I could, figure it out or think about it. And then a colleague of mine that we went to the university together said, George, you have a radio voice. Why don't you start a podcast? I said, all right, I'll think about it. And when I actually started to think about it, then DJ Latta said to me, and we're gonna say big up to DJ Latta. He's out internationally, somewhere in the world right now. He's taking care of business, and we'll see him whenever he's available. So he said, we should do it. And I just got up and said, okay, we're gonna start. And we did. And here we are today. So it's so funny that if you read in the description, we focus on Southeast St. Elizabeth and Southwest Manchester, in South Central Jamaica, and that's where the hurricane entered. And we started the podcast this year. It's kind of ironic. So things happen for a reason. So I want to, really pray and open the door, this door here, to all my people in South Central Elizabeth, Southeast Central Elizabeth, Southwest Manchester, and the rest of Jamaica. So to do what we can to assist in the relief and recovery of Jamaica. A very astute attorney sent me a message, and I want to bring that on my stage here, because it piqued my interest. And when I read it, I said to myself, there's an X factor here in the bigger picture of the recovery. But there's going to be a bigger discussion on some of the events that happened during this hurricane and others. So I want to bring that to you right now, so we can read it together, and then you'll see where I'm going with this. It's amazing what one passage can do when you read it. You know what I mean? So I read it, and to be honest, it opened my mind. Let's see. Let's get it on here. I'm trying to get it up on the screen, and I have to do it in another way. Let's see if I can share this with you in another way, ladies and gentlemen. Just a moment. So I want to get that up here and read it for you, and then we can go over, the whole. what we have, or what we're the message we're trying to bring across to you. All right, so let's bring that up, and I'm going to share that screen with you, and then we're going to read through it together, and you'll understand where I'm coming from when when we read through it together. So here we go. Let me get that up here. Okay, so I'm not seeing it, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of difficult when you're the only one here. So let's try it another way. It's amazing when you want something to work and it doesn't work in your favor. Goodness gracious me. Okay. I'm determined to get it. Sharing screen has been canceled. What's going on with the computer right now? I'm going to get it up here. We never stop trying to get things done. So let's figure it out another way. All right, so let's get this. Nope, it's not working. So I'm gonna try to get this up. I'm not gonna move forward until I do. It's extremely important that we get this to the forefront, and I'm gonna make sure that I can do so right now. So let me get back to my page here where it was sent, and then we're going to talk about this, because I'm not going to leave it. It's not going to defeat me right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get that going, and we're going to see how best we can get it on the screen, because it needs to get up here. All right, so I'm going to figure this out in another way while we're doing that. So it is necessary to get it up here. All right, so let's get it. Let's find it wherever it is, and then we can move on with the show. If not, I'll just close the show down, because I'm not going to let this defeat me. No way. No way this is going to defeat RAMP Promotions tonight. Of all nights, and we had it queued up and ready to go, and it's not cooperating, but we're going to get it up here. All right. I'm sure of that. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the things we have to deal with sometimes, and it's amazing. It's amazing what can transpire when you're trying to get things to go the way they should. And sometimes these are the things that you have to deal with. Okay? So let's see. It is not working. It is not working, ladies and gentlemen. It is not working. So let me kind of I'm not going to go any further without this being on the screen. Yep, I'm not. It is just not working for us, and I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to try it again and again and again. All right, so let's get this together and see why isn't it working? And if this doesn't work, the other screens that I have set will not work either. Okay. And I will get it going as soon as possible. So if it doesn't want to work this way, it has to work another way. And sometimes these are the things we deal with. It's PIP Mondays, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get some music going while we figure this out, because as I said, we can't move forward because the other screens are not going to work if this one does not work. So I'm going to just figure this out in the meantime while we're waiting, okay? So here we go. Let's get some music. I'm going to figure it out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this up here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got it. This is not RAMP Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show. PIP Mondays, we had a technical difficulty. and we worked it out. We're still covering the relief and recovery, as we say, the road to recovery for Jamaica after the menacing Melissa. That's Hurricane Melissa. And we have some warnings for you. We call this the real deal. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we must apologize for that technical difficulty, but we worked it out. So here we go. So remember I told you, a very astute attorney sent me a passage to read. It was something that someone posted. I'm not too sure if you know where or the person. So mother said, let me see your eyes. You know why? I can let you see my eyes. There you go. You can see my eyes. But the lights are too bright here. Lights are bright, so I got to keep the glasses on. So I must, if you don't like it, I'm sorry about that. But these lights are bright. You know what I mean? As you can see, look in the lens. We got some serious lights over there. So ladies and gentlemen, this passage was written by a gentleman by the name of David Allen. And I think it was worthy to share it with you because it has some merit to it. And I'm going to go through it with you also. So it's by David Allen, Chairman and Community Organization for Management and Sustainable Development, Command. So let me get the music down and then we can go through it. So ladies and gentlemen, it states here, the torrential floodwaters that tore through St. Catherine Hall, West Green, Irwin, and the Lagoon District of Montego Bay during the Hurricane Melissa were not merely the work of nature's fury. They were the tragic consequences of engineering negligence and environmental disregard. For nearly half a century, the Montego Bay River was tamed and trained by local engineers whose foresight and discipline shielded the surrounding communities from the devastation. Through carefully designed gabion, that's gabion baskets, berms, and drainage channels, they created a delicate balance between urban growth and environmental safety. The balance was shattered recklessly and needlessly. That's a very strong statement. The China Harbor Engineering Company, CHEC, has altered the natural drainage and floodplain dynamics of the Montego Bay, our Montego Bay's western corridor, through its ongoing bypass and road alignment works. In the pursuit of progress, the company has breached the very systems that protected these communities for generations. What occurred during Hurricane Melissa was no act of God, it was a man-made catastrophe. Commercial properties along the Irwin Main Road were submerged. Businesses in West Green and Catherine Hall faced ruin. Even the prestigious lagoon area, once a symbol of Montego Bay's prosperity, was not spared. In Catherine Hall, the torrent was merciless. Mud, silt, and debris rose waist high. Homes were gutted and livelihoods swept away. The flood claimed not only property, but dignity. These are serious issues here. It says the duty of care betrayed. CHEC's duty to care was clear. As a contractor entrusted with major public infrastructure, it bore responsibility to ensure that existing flood control mechanisms were not compromised. Instead, the company's action or omission have amplified the city's vulnerability to disaster. When the heavy machinery tears through engineered embankments without rebuilding them, when drainage channels are blocked or rerouted without proper hydrological assessments, and when contractors move faster than environmental regulators can act, the result is predictable: death, destruction, and displacement. Accountability must follow. Command is calling for a full, transparent investigation into the environmental and engineering practices of chick construction. The National Works Agency, NWA, NEPA, and ODPEM must confront this failure head on. And finally states, accountability is not an option. It is a duty owed to every citizen whose home, shop, or community was destroyed by negligence masquerading as development. Progress without protection is regression. Development is meaningless if it leaves our people defenseless. Catherine Hall was once a model of thoughtful urban planning, a community born out of Anthony Spaulding's vision of equitable housing and sustained by decades of engineering wisdom. That legacy now lies under mud and ruin. Jamaica cannot afford to trade safety for spectacle or local resilience for imported indifference. The deluge of Catherine Hall must serve as a warning. Progress that destroys what is meant to protect is no progress at all. And it's signed by, and it's by O. Dave Allen, Chairman, Community Organization for Management and Sustainable Development. You can see his information down there. You know, when I read this, I couldn't help to think of two things. I've had the opportunity to see a lot of these bauxite mining companies as well, especially Alpart. And I haven't forgotten the Alpart workers who are not receiving their pensions. We're going to get to them, but things have, escalated in terms of priority. But we're going to get to you. And a few members have been calling, and I had a few issues, but we haven't forgotten. We're going to get to it. So I couldn't help but think about what has happened in Southeast St. Elizabeth, Southwest Manchester, and other bauxite mining areas. There, we found that there is a systemic risk with mining and the weather, especially when it comes to water and rains. Now, I talked about the X factor earlier, and the X factor about rebuilding is to put strict codes in place about drainages. Large drainages have to be taking that water somewhere. So that needs to be considered during this recovery time. All these equipments that are now in Jamaica doing the work, all this help that we're getting, it is now time to build back the infrastructure in such a way that you can mitigate the risk or reduce the risk of this happening again this way because of the water. And you'll see what I'm talking about as we go into subsequent videos. So that I wanted to bring to your attention. And let's move on now to a couple other videos that I have lined up for you. And I'm going to start with the recap of the devastation, so you understand why I had to bring this to the fore from Mr. Allen, and also talk about Alumina Partners of Jamaica and other bauxite companies that are mining in Jamaica. So we have to be mindful of how we treat the environment, because you have people living there. And the devastation, there's a domino effect when you remove certain safeguards and then you leave the people wide open to all sorts of devastation. So let's get the first video up here. And this was from the Prime Minister's social site, I do believe. Let's get to that. Let's see if we can get it up on the stage here and get that going. So hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see where it is. And it's all right. So I found it, and we're going to bring it up here on the stage. Here we go. So let's get that going, ladies and gentlemen. This is just remind you of about the devastation, because even though it's a week plus on, it's still fresh because things are not looking good down in Jamaica right now. So I'm going to bring that to you. Here we go. Let's get that video started.
As we flew across the island, we saw that many of our forests and mountain reserves are stripped and all leaves off the trees are gone. It's flat. The impact is such that roofs are gone, many buildings are flattened, hospitals, schools, police stations, courthouses, commercial infrastructure, all destroyed, in addition to the total destruction of the electricity network and the telecommunications network.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and you can support Jamaica, as you can see in front of your screen there, supportjamaica.gov.jm. We're still asking for relief. Anything you can donate to help with the relief efforts is still required, ladies and gentlemen. The worst is still yet to come, because this is the aftermath. So we're asking you, please, to help those in Jamaica. Do not forget them. I was going through a few places here, and you can see many Jamaicans are trying to get stuff to ship out, and I'm happy that they extended that deadline to December 21st at Jamaica Customs. So the GCT and custom tariffs are eased on certain relief goods. So that's a beautiful thing. As we go along, you'll see that. I wanted to bring you another video for you to see what really is going on down there at this time. So let's share that with you. And also remember to pray for those who are down there, who are still suffering from the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. It is a real deal, ladies and gentlemen. It is real. So let's share that with you and let's get this video going.
We'll see dry land.
Here we go.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. You just need a concept.
Let's get that off the stage, and here we go.
What help is coming, and even now people are planning how to rebuild, how to restart, how to rise again. New River may be surrounded by water, but is not defeated, because hope is still alive in the laughter shared on a flooded.
Okay, so let's kind of bring this.
All of my house back surrounded with water.
If they could send some assistance to us, it's not me alone. The whole of my community has been devastated by the storm.
So this is the New River district area, and here.
The family. Now I'm currently in the community of New River in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, and after the passage of Hurricane Melissa, you think that the fact that the hurricane hit us so hard, that would have been most communities, that would have been the only problem, even though a very catastrophic problem. But guess what? New River, they're having a serious problem now with flooding. As you can see, looking at this section of the roadway, the entire community is basically flooded underwater. Now, some community members have said that this is not the first that this has happened, but this is one of the worst that is happened to the community. Now, if you know anything about this community, it's called the home of fish and bami, which you know is fried fish and bami, where a lot of people would come to enjoy that kind of delicacy. Big up, thank you. Now, as you can see, look now, the persons are making their way gingerly past the area because they are unable to commute properly due to the whole situation you see in the community area with flooding. Now you see the motorists now taking their time to make their way, so it's become basically almost like a one lane traffic in the area. Thank you. Now you see two gentlemen there coming from out of the floodwaters. Now a lot of persons basically have been stranded in their homes. As you can see from the drone footage, this covers miles and miles and miles of space. Goes back way back for miles, as I said. The entire width of the area is completely flooded, and I don't know what the residents are going to do or what options do they have. Some of them have. You know, as persons, you don't necessarily want to leave your home, but in some cases, persons have left their homes. And as I spoke to a resident, Miss Daly, she confirmed that there is a morgue located just behind her home, which is just over there.
Well, all of my house back surrounded with water, and the car porch and my back step. Well, if I pure water go right back down.
And this has been since the passage of Hurricane Melissa, right?
Since the Hurricane Melissa.
I was talking to somebody earlier on. They said that this isn't the first time this is happening in the community.
Third.
This is the third time you have experienced it.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
52.
52 years old. So in terms of what is happening, have you seen any of the authorities come to take a look at the area?
Yeah, the fire big.
But in terms of, have you yourself gone down into the deep water?
Yeah, I go way back down.
Why?
Because no one to see your experience, to see how tall it is.
You have any other friends or family affected by this?
My cousin and friends. You have to say all of them is a cousin. Yes.
All your family members have been affected.
Yeah.
And you said that in your yard now, it's moving in the backyard, and I see an area beside you.
Yeah, we go right back over to the infirmary.
Behind there, there's a morgue?
Yeah, over Bailey's funeral home.
Okay. And you know if they have removed the bodies from over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
George, his right name is George Bailey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So what do you think the authorities can do to help? I notice the water is getting stagnant over that part. Yeah. You want them to come and throw something in the water to prevent the mosquitoes?
Yes.
Because you don't want any diseases or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Yeah. All right, thank you very much, Miss Daly.
You're welcome.
Now, if you look over this area, the water looks very much so stagnant. It's not moving or anything. So you know that you'll soon have mosquito-borne diseases. Now, when speaking to Miss Daly, she also said that members of the media had come and also members of the fire brigade. Now, when I took a closer look,
let's get back to regular programming in a second. Here we go.
I realized that the water is actually moving very quickly in this direction, and it looked like it's going over to that piece of land. That's right beside Miss Daly, which was kind of surprising to me. I didn't notice it until I got very close to the water. As you can see, the water is moving very, very, very quickly. Very much so at a very speedy rate, going in that direction. Now, for persons who are familiar, when you come to Santa Cruz from the direction of Kingston heading west, when you get to that gas station that's in front of the St. Elizabeth Technical High School, you take that back road, and when you get to the end of that road, that road that is called the back road, you just continue straight ahead. When you get to the end of that road on the western side, when you're at the end of the road, you turn to your right. That is where you find this community of New River here in St. Elizabeth. Just for persons in terms of if you want to get your directions correct. And you can see even with the current situation, motor vehicles are going in their numbers because it's much more easier to drive this way than to be stuck in the traffic in the middle of Santa Cruz. I also spoke with another resident. He said he built a raft, but the water body is not necessarily deep enough. He says the water reaches almost to his waist level, but whenever he puts the raft in the water, it tends to sink. So apparently it's not deep enough in a lot of the areas in order for him to use the raft effectively. So he left the raft in his home. You'd have seen him earlier walking in the water in his water boots. And he said that he has to be very careful because at his age, he doesn't know what kind of diseases are trapped in this water, which possibly will make him sick. I also saw another gentleman, you'll see him in full black. They didn't want to necessarily speak on camera, but he's not Jamaican, judging by his accent. He seems to have an African accent. He's in Jamaica working, and he has a child who is stuck in one of these homes. I don't think she's there now. I think she went out with her mom earlier, but he had carried some goods, some water and some other things from Kingston for the mother, for his child. And he seemed a bit worried because he said no matter what, he just had to get here. Matter of fact, he was willing to walk in the water to go to the house. And I said to him, no, don't take that on. Somebody was at the house that you pointed to, and when I saw the gentleman come out on the veranda, I waved him, and the gentleman came and met him, and then both of them made their way. Because I say you're not very familiar with the water, so it's best you wait on someone to come this way. So people, the situation is dire. The situation is dire for these people. We can hope that the water levels go down. I'm not sure what the authorities can do about the water levels. It's just that it seems like because of all the heavy rains, and the rivers have just burst their banks and it's just flooding everywhere. And I also hear that the community of Newmarket has a similar issue. And Newmarket is when you go past middle quarters. When you're in the square middle quarters, you'd make a right turn, go up the hill, and that will carry you to Newmarket. And so that also in Content, Manchester has a similar problem right now with the water rising. I was driving past the Lacovia area to head up to Newmarket. We are here that there's some flooding going on, similarly to what has happened out in the New River area in Santa Cruz. And I spotted somebody and I said, that looked like Miss Virgin, and I stopped and I realized that she was coming back out, to do some business. But more importantly, what I wanted to talk about, she said thanks to you, but there's something that you never saw on camera, in which she offered me a bottle of water, which I definitely needed, and she offered me some peanuts. That just shows how good Jamaicans are. Even when they don't have anything, they'll give of the little that they have. And that's the reason why we know that we are resilient people, and we will build back better, and we will come back from that. So I just wanted to share that with you.
New River is a community now surrounded by water, not just puddles but miles of it. The roads that once connected families, workplaces and daily life have disappeared beneath the flood. Many residents who stayed are now trapped inside their own community, watching the world from behind a wall of water they cannot cross. And while the physical struggle is real, the soaked floors, the lost crops, the cold nights, it's the emotional weight that's hardest to describe. People are waking up every day to uncertainty, not knowing how long the water will stay, not knowing what the future holds for the place they call home. For parents, the worry sits heavy. How do I keep my children safe? For the elderly, the helpless, can feel overwhelming. For everyone, the isolation sinks in silently. Yet, even in the middle of all of this, something powerful is happening. Neighbors are checking on each other, sharing food, sharing fire, sharing company. People are offering strength to each other in the darkness of moments. This is the heart of New River. This is the Jamaican spirit. It's important to remember, this moment is not forever. Floodwaters rise, but they also fall. Help may take time, but help is coming. And even now, people are planning how to rebuild, how to restart, how to rise again. New River may be surrounded by water, but is not defeated, because hope is still alive. In the laughter shared on a flooded street, in the hands stretched out to support one another, and in the faith that this community will see dry land, stability, and peace again. New River is holding on with courage, with love, and the strength that only people who truly know struggle can carry, and they will rise again.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from this gentleman, he says Jamaica will rise again, and he's not joking. Together we stand, divided we fall. Each one helps one, ladies and gentlemen. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and click that notification bell. And we say welcome to Caroline Bless, and that's Caroline Bless 1814. You know, I hail from Virginia in the USA. I live in Virginia. But we broadcast from New York City. Okay, so you're asking a few questions. So she's been asking some questions. She wants to see my eyes. She wants to know if it's a radio station. This is Naram Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show. She also knows that she wants to ask, where are you from? And I'm saying Virginia, but we broadcast from New York City. All right, so also I was born in Manchester, Jamaica. So on the border of Manchester and St. Elizabeth. I hope that answers your questions. All right, so please like, share, subscribe, comment, and click that notification bell. As we move along in our program, we also want to let you know that we come on live on a Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we can come in between. We reserve Tuesday and Wednesday and Sunday for impromptu important issues. So if something comes up during, between the shows, we can drop in a Tuesday and a Wednesday or a Sunday to bring you up to speed of what's going on. Read the description in the podcast. There's a descriptive section to it. When you have time, just read it. It's very informative, and it tells you what happens on a PIP Mondays, where we prioritize, inform, and promote. And also a Thursday night live, or a Friday night, a Friday fusion, or a Saturday night vibes. So you gotta check it out, like, share, subscribe, comment, and click that notification bell. There's a lot of countries who are contributing to the relief and recovery effort of Jamaica. And some of those are El Salvador, places like Barbados, also the UK, and hold on a second. Just be nice. Just be nice. Shaba what? Khan? We will block you if you do not be nice on the show. If you want to talk to us, you can always contact me, but we do not deal with shenanigans. At this moment, we're dealing with the hurricane disaster relief efforts and recovery of Jamaica in the West Indies and the Caribbean. All right, so respect for praying for Jamaica. We understand that. Thank you for your comments. Welcome to the show. We welcome you. We ask you to listen, like, share, subscribe, comment, and also donate to the recovery effort. And if you listen, late in a few seconds, we'll also bring up how you can donate in any way. It could be a cup of coffee. Any way you can, we're going to send that information out to you. Just keep listening. All right. In the meantime, we want to, as I was saying before, that many countries, including Britain, the El Salvador, Barbados, and many other Caribbean countries have been contributing. The United States also have sent a lot of equipment, and also they've donated millions of dollars to the efforts. There are a lot of celebrities like Mbappe in France, and also other reggae artists, which I'm going to touch on right now after the Prime Minister's address of thank you to the U.S. And I'm not going to go into all the thank yous that he did, but I'll just touch on the U.S., the one he did to the U.S., and then we'll move on from there. So there's a lot of countries still contributing. The relief effort is going to take a very long time. And as you will hear from Shaggy also, who's putting on a benefits concert in New York, you can also buy a ticket. You don't have to attend, but you can buy a ticket to support the effort. If you don't have the means to send a barrel or stuff out there, that's fine. Just buy a concert ticket, and you will be adding to the relief effort. You know what I mean? So that's a beautiful thing. And I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, so we keep this in the media, because it's going to be months and months and months of recovery. And there's going to be equally months and months and months of relief efforts that are needed to keep people alive in Jamaica, because many of these buildings have been demolished. Their homes have been demolished. The way of life is being demolished. The farms have been demolished. The animals have been destroyed. And there's no way to come back right now unless we help these people to reorganize their lives. They need time and relief, and also efforts in terms of monies to recover. The remittance services are working. There's so many ways you can contribute to the relief efforts. And let's dive in and hear the Prime Minister speak about thanking the U.S. I won't touch every country that he thanked, but I'll deal with the one that, him thanking the U.S. government for stepping in. And I'm going to bring that to your screen in a minute. So let's find that in my list of things that I'm doing here. Let's bring that to the screen. Here we go. And I'm going to cue that up right now and bring it to you. So let's bring that to you right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
And we do take that with some comfort. But I will also say that Jamaica is investing heavily in its own resilience and its own ability to recover. It is not an easy task to do that. It is something that we must do as an independent nation, to stand on our own 2 feet and be able to treat with the problems that we face. But it is reassuring to know that as we strive as a resilient people, as a strong people, we have good friends that can be with us along that journey to recovery.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up.
I want to thank the United States for its very rapid response and assistance, which has been in very meaningful ways, from search and rescue to humanitarian supplies to logistics support. And it does reaffirm the strong and enduring relationship between Jamaica and the United States. It's more than diplomatic relations, it's a people-to-people relation, embedded in cultural exchange, commerce, and culture. More than that, it is embedded in sheer value, which makes us part of the global family that cares for each other, that looks out for each other from a humanitarian perspective, but also from a Christian perspective. It is the values we share.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this,
Jamaica's recovery will inevitably have to include support from all parties. So it is reassuring that the United States, our closest partner in this region, is supportive and willing to provide us with as much help as we need. And we do take that with some comfort. But I will also say that Jamaica is investing heavily in its own resilience and its own ability to recover. It is not an easy task. It's something that we must do as an independent nation, stand on our own and treat with the problems. It's reassuring to know that as we strive as a resilient people, as a strong people, we have good friends that can be with us along that journey to recovery.
I want to thank the United States.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, the Prime Minister has bestowed his gracefulness and thank yous to the United States and other countries as well. It's just that I can't show all the videos here, but you can, as you can see, a lot of countries are turning out to help Jamaica, but we need a lot more help. It's ongoing, so we have to do our part in order to help those who can't help themselves. Big up to Shabam Khan. Shabam Khan says praying for Jamaica. We say thank you, Shabam Khan, and we respect that and appreciate it. And welcome to the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to touch on what Shaggy said, to the Nate, to you, and also to touch on the concert that he's doing, that you can just buy a ticket to contribute to the relief efforts and recovery efforts in Jamaica. It's a beautiful thing. So I want you to check it out. I'm going to touch 2 videos on Shaggy here, and you can choose which way you want to go. You can also donate to the Shaggy Foundation. That's Shaggy Make a Difference Foundation, which he was on the island giving a lot of assistance. But listen to this, and the next video is a CNN video, which they talk to him about the relief efforts that he's doing and the concert. But listen to this one first. Here we go.
Everybody, this is Shaggy. I'm sure if you've been following me, you see what is happening. You know what I've been up to. Of course, Jamaica was devastated by Hurricane Melissa. A lot of people in need, and it's very devastating right now. But there's a lot that you guys could help. First of all, you can keep us in your prayers. Keep my island in your prayers. You could donate and help wherever you can. You could go on my social media. You'll see links. You'll see information on how to donate and how to support. One main thing I would ask for everybody, even if you can't afford cash or a kind, what you could do is something as simple as keep us on social media. Of course, the more we're in the press and the more we're on social media is the more we can get aid. Without the press, the aid goes. So I'm asking everybody to keep this fresh on your feed. You can repost as much as you want. You can repost from my page. We'll be putting updates every day. And I just want you to keep supporting. God bless y'all. And hey, Jamaica will persevere. Bless.
As you heard from Shaggy, Jamaica will persevere with your help, ladies and gentlemen. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell, share, go on Shaggy's page and check it out. And he's doing a lot with the Shaggy Make a Difference Foundation. And if you didn't know what was going on, let me share that with you so that you understand what he has done so far and others in aiding those in Jamaica who need it the most. So here we go. Let me check. Let me bring that up to you just a second. I just want to make sure I got the right video up, and that's what we're doing right now. Here we go. So we got that, and we're going to share that with you immediately, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Shaggy on his relief efforts, and this was, I think, on CNN. Here we go. Let's get that playing for you right away.
The cleanup from one of the strongest hurricanes ever recorded in the Atlantic will take months. Hurricane Melissa hit the Caribbean last month as a Category 5, killed dozens of people. The damage, and we're showing some of it, is astronomical, but they're getting help from a native son. Shaggy just got back to the U.S., and he is with us now. Thank you for your time this morning. This is home for you, so it hits different. You were in Miami when the storm hit. Talk to me about how you were able to stand up this relief operation and what you're doing.
Well, I tell you what, I've sat through and written out a lot of hurricanes, being an island boy. So when I heard that, and I went through Gilbert, which was a Category 3, and that was just massive. And when I hear a Category 5, and then it's like, oh, it's never been recorded before, and I'm like, whoa, this is going to be catastrophic. So we just got ready. And I mean, I went on Chat GPT because I don't know anything about relief, disaster relief, and we just bought up a bunch of stuff, whatever it was needed, based on what Chat GPT gave us, and we sat and waited until the airport opened. And once the airport was open on Thursday morning, we just made a flight plan and went in.
Are, Wi-Fi and power and some of that I put in one category, but the basic necessities of food and water, are there still people who are struggling getting those basic necessities now a week and a half on?
Yes, there are, because some of these areas, it really hit the western part of the island. So a lot of those are rural areas, and to get into those with, get through the paths and all of that is hard, because the roads are the problem. One of the things that we were lucky to do is that once we got in, we put them in smaller vehicles. So we had to chop our way, and it took us about 6.5 hours to get to Black River, which was probably around normally a 2.5 hour drive. So it was really, really hard to get through. So they're still having problem getting through some of the rural areas. Some of the roads are clear now. They're doing a wonderful job. A lot of aid coming in, of course, but we still need more. It's still devastated. People are 70% of the island is without electricity or water or internet.
You say more aid is coming in. The Trump administration announced this week it's sending $12 million to Jamaica and then splitting $12 million between Haiti, Cuba, and the Bahamas. It's not the U.S.'s sole role for recovery from this hurricane for Jamaica, but how does that stack up to what will be needed to recover?
I think that's a drop in the bucket, to be honest with you. But that is why, and thank you for sharing your platform with me. We have to keep it in the press, because another headline comes along and then the aid stop. You know what I mean? We have to keep it in the press. We have to keep. I ask anybody if they can't help. One way to help is to keep it on your timeline and keep it going, because we need help. We have to basically help each other. And there's a lot of camaraderie and community help amongst each other. The great part is that Kingston was not badly affected. So you could still use Kingston as a hub to actually facilitate aid going to the western part of the island.
Yeah. I was in the Bahamas a couple of years ago covering the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian. And most of the people I spoke with there said that, the Bahamas will be back, we will come back stronger. I read that you said that this storm is going to change Jamaica forever. Explain that.
Well, it's a Category 5. I mean, I just went down in Black River. Places that were landmarks for us, totally gone. You're looking at, as far as Black River, and from where I saw, it's total rebuild. I just don't see how, you can actually repair what is there. You're talking about a lot of tear down, because I've seen, concrete walls that are knocked down, man. I mean, this is severe. So I think it is going to change us. I mean, I look at a little girl, I just mentally, because I still remember Gilbert with myself, and, I see this little girl, and in a couple of days before that, she was playing. Now she's in a queue trying to figure to get something for her tummy, Psychologically, that's going to have an effect on you, I don't, it doesn't matter how old you go. Yeah.
I understand that you have an announcement this morning of something coming to help.
Well, yes, we're doing a concert that we're putting on, Jamaica Strong concert on Friday, December the 12th, in 2025 at the UBS Arena. And, this will feature Jamaican artists, local Caribbean artists, also international artists. And we're going to raise funds for the efforts, the aid efforts, And I'm telling everybody, if they want to get involved and make sure you buy a ticket and come out. There'll also be different drives there that you can get involved. And if you want to donate, you go to Global Empowerment Mission. Food for the Poor is also one. Of course, the government set up supportjamaica.gov.jm. And of course, we have our own, the Shaggy Make a Difference Foundation co-of global empowerment mission, you know, that you can get in. And just like to big up at 25 United Disaster Relief, number 7 here, they did a lot of, you know, bringing down some of the cargoes for us, and they've been doing a wonderful job. Over 280 children have been directly affected by this hurricane, and we need medical supplies. Some of these hospitals are totally, you know, gone. Everything flooding out. Imagine every equipment that they would use, medical equipment that is used, is also flooded out. So we do need a lot of help, and we need people to please keep it on your socials.
Shaggy, I thank you for your time this morning, and thank you for the work you're doing.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, man.
So there you heard it, ladies and gentlemen, from Shaggy himself. And you can also go to the Shaggy the All-Star Benefit Concert at UBS Arena, or just buy the ticket. If you know, just to support the relief efforts, you can just buy the ticket. You know, stay tuned to your regular ticketing websites. You know, you can go to UBS Arena and all the major ticketing websites to buy a ticket. It's December 12th, 2025. It's the All-Stars Benefit Concert to help in the relief and recovery efforts of Jamaica. So it's a big deal. There continues to be a lot of major reggae stars that are on the island helping out with the relief effort and also the recovery effort. And we're going to touch into dancehall's queen, or the queen of dancehall right now. I say she's the queen. You don't trash me in the comment section, but that's what I've been told, right? It's Spice, right? She's done a great job through her Grace Hamilton Foundation, and we want to highlight that and bring her to the stage as she continues to help those in Jamaica who have suffered through Hurricane Melissa, and we say hats off to her. It's a beautiful gesture, ladies and gentlemen. Believe me, it is. We thank her and we say God bless her, and we're going to bring that to you right now so you can understand what we're So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, she's on the ground up close and personal, giving back to and helping in the relief effort and the recovery effort of Jamaica. That's a notable achievement in her career, and also her benevolence is also praised. This is a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. She has done so much. And let's go to an international person who has also been on the island amongst many, because I can't touch all of them, but Tyrese Gibson also visited the island to give back relief, if you know him, a famous actor in the United States. He is giving back as well to the country and helping the country with relief and recovery as we speak. So we're going to bring that to you right now. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrese Gibson.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. What resilience looks like, huh? No hurricane stop the resilience of black culture. Understand that. We dance in the rain. When it rains, we dance.
Jamaica, we here, baby. We are here, Jamaica.
Think about these people that are out here. Not only do they not have light and running water and electricity, but they don't even have the ability to communicate, to check in on each other.
The plane was donated. Shout out to BJ Cab. Got the plane fully loaded, and now we're about to load. We got all the supplies that you guys bought. Everything you bought. Everything you bought is being loaded up right here. The Prime Minister and everybody here, they've allowed us to bring all of this in with no tariffs, no charges. They know that we're not here to make no money on any of this. This is not going in anybody's store for anybody to make no money. We're going straight to the people. Sardines, everything, food. Gotta fill up the entire warehouse with supplies to get it to the people of Jamaica. I've always wanted to do that. The great people of Jamaica.
Oh, they know who PJ Cav is from Ghana. Love.
Thank you to the people of Jamaica. So sorry this happened. We are here to try and help in any way we can. Use us, God. While everyone's looking at this video, please click the link in the bio and contribute in any way you can.
Cheers. Cheers.
Okay,
Cheers.
ladies and gentlemen, as you can see that, from the international perspective, this is Tyrese. He's an international or a U.S.-based international actor, and amongst other accolades. And he has visited the island amongst a whole scores of other VIPs who have also donated to the island, and they continue to do so because they realize the magnitude of this, the devastation that is going on down there. And I urge you to continue, ladies and gentlemen, please continue to donate in any way you can, because it's not over. It's not over, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to keep it going. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell, share it. You got to keep on, donating to the recovery of Jamaica. Please, it's not over, not because you're not hearing it as the main topic anymore, because this was a Category 5 hurricane that decimated the whole entire country. And we're saying to you, please continue to donate. As we move on, Mavado was also on the island, also doing his benevolence as well to contribute to the country and to help those who can't help themselves. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, that I've touched on many, many, many people who are doing their thing, just trying to ease the pain of what's going on down there. And we say hats off to them. We praise them and say, please continue with that benevolence, because the people of Jamaica are suffering, and they know that they can depend on you. And we are only asking that you just continue to help them. Do whatever you can, because it is needed, ladies and gentlemen. It is needed. It's a beautiful thing. And we're going to touch on, I think it's Mavado. Let's get into Mavado right now. I think this is it. Let's share that. Let's bring that up. And yeah, it is. So we're going to touch on Mavado right now. And this is what happened when Mavado dropped in the island. So we big up to Mavado. Understand? It's a beautiful thing. Bring that to the stage. And we're going to shoot that out to you. right now.
I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have answered the call. We have been a constituency in need since the passage of Hurricane Melissa. And we really want to thank you, your team, trust everybody for really making this possible. We appreciate the donation. It's going to go mighty far away. And blessings and love. Thank you.
And that was Shaggy there. Sorry, not Shaggy, but Movado. He brings hurricane relief to Brays River residents in St. Elizabeth, and I'm sure he's going to continue as well. So that's a good look, ladies and gentlemen. But also we had also Adidja Palmer, also on the island. That's Vibes Cartel. He has made his contribution as well, and we say thank you to Vibes Cartel for all that he has done and is doing to help with the relief and recovery effort of Jamaica. It's a beautiful thing, and we welcome it, and we say continue, ladies and gentlemen, to send in your contributions for the relief.
It's the greatest. No matter where you're going to, count your blessings.
So as you can see, it has been an overwhelming response from Adidja Palmer, the acclaimed new king of dancehall. So we also have the king of dancehall. That's Beanie Man, also doing his thing. If you go back to my other podcast, you'll see Beanie Man doing his thing as well. But Adidja Palmer has turned up and also responded in a big way. And we say congratulations to him and the Adidja Palmer Foundation. It has responded in a big, big way, ladies and gentlemen. And we say hats off to him as well. Big deal. You know, I'm going to share another video with you as well regarding Adidja Palmer's response to the entire relief and recovery effort. It has been a big, big deal. So, you know, when you look at Shaggy, Spice, Movado, Adidja Palmer, it is amazing what they have done so far, and we say hats off to them for doing what they're doing and continue to do at this point in time. So let's bring that up on the stage, what is going on here. Let's get that on the stage right now. Here we go. Check this out. Yeah, we kind of have to take the music off. Yeah, I don't want to be flagged for that. Yeah, so that's the Adidja Palmer Foundation, and they're doing a marvelous job. So thank you, Adidja Palmer and the Adidja Palmer Foundation for responding to Jamaica the way you did. We really appreciate it, and we ask others to like, share, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell. Help those who cannot help themselves. Buy a ticket at the Shaggy, Friends benefit concert, all-star benefit concert in UBS Arena. There's a lot of churches and other foundations like the Spice, that's Grace Hamilton Foundation, and other foundations that are also helping with the relief and recovery efforts. You have also the Support Jamaica.jam.gov website. You can go on there. I'm going to put that up in a few seconds to really give you the option to help with the recovery, because this is going to take months and months and months. And we say keep it in rotation on your social site, because a lot of people, thousands of people, and we're talking men, women, and children, have been they're experiencing a major disaster. Also, a lot of businesses have been decimated because of the floodwaters and the hurricane, and those businesses are going to be out of commission, so people won't be able to go to work anytime soon. So it's going to take a while to get back to some kind of normalcy. So, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you and urge you to continue to send in your relief efforts. Go on the website, the Jamaica website. We're going to send that up in a second. But I want to also highlight a group that has been issuing fresh water to Jamaica through reverse osmosis. That's a beautiful thing, and I wanted to highlight that, ladies and gentlemen, because it's amazing what they're doing to help with giving people fresh water for free in Jamaica because of what is happening. The NWC's lines are down. Fresh water is scarce, so you can understand in a disaster zone what this means. So I'm going to bring that to you right now. There's no fresh water, but these people are doing a marvelous job. Here we go.
So we're in Great Bay, Jamaica. We're here with Mission Mules and Orphan Grain Train. My company is Catadine. I make the technology, and my friends deploy it. So we're using freshwater lake. The water goes into here. That's dirty water. And then we pump it out, and it goes to here. This is a reverse osmosis water maker. It purifies the water, and it comes out here. So he's filling these clean new bags with 2.5 gallons of water that we're giving away to the community. Well, some of the mains are up, but only 2 of them are up at this time. So many people, especially closer to the ocean, have no water access here.
Making 2.5 gallon buckets. We're going to do 1,000 of those.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we had a pause. So let's get back to regular programming here. I don't know what happened there. We just lost everything there. Let's get that back on the screen. Let's get that back here. Let's see what happened, why we are losing. Let's see. I'm just going to bring that back in a second. Okay, so it's here. We lost the screen just a moment ago. So let's share that back with you. Let's do that and get it back going. I think it's right there. Here we go. Hold on, I think that's the wrong video. Oh, we lost the video. That's what it is. Okay, So we lost the video, ladies and gentlemen, so we got to get it back at a later time. But as you can see, the reverse osmosis is what is serving for fresh water in certain areas, and I hope that they can expand it across the rest of the country where the devastation is, because that's a beautiful thing. That's fresh water, and what they do, they utilize the water and clean it so that it's fresh for use. And I wanted to show you that, the rest of that video, so you can understand what we're talking about. And I'll try to get it back here for you so you can see the rest of that video, because what it is, they're using the flood waters to, and cleaning it up so that you can use it safely. That's a beautiful thing. And I think that's remarkable. With so much flood waters there and so much fresh water that is needed, I think that's a good trade-off in terms of how you get rid of the flood waters. You know what I mean? Because they're using thousands and thousands of gallons of it to do their thing. And I'm going to bring the rest of it back to you right now. Let's see if we can get it up here. Let's see if, no, that's not it. Let's remove that from the screen, and then we're going to move in the rest of that video, because it's extremely important that you understand what's going on. And if you have any way or anyone who does the same thing, it would be good if we had 2, 3, or 4, or 6 of these on the islands where the flood waters are, to remove the flood water and use it in a positive way, because it's amazing the work that they're doing, and also what is going on in terms of the flooding and the need for fresh water. You get what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing to have someone who has that technology to go down there and clean up that water in order to bring it back to the people in a positive way. You know what I mean? So it's amazing. We need that help, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. So let's bring that up and on the stage here. Let's check this out. Let's see if we can get it going. I gotta find it back because it I was lost in terms of what was going on. So here we go. So we got it. So let's bring that to the stage and complete what they were saying about the reverse osmosis. Let's go. Let's get it back on the stage here, because there's so much going on in the studio right now. It's amazing. Goodness gracious me. My computer is not acting the way it should, but we'll get through it. Here we go. All right, so I think, okay, here we go. Let's get some volume to that.
Our intake pump. This is the intake pump. This is the high pressure reverse osmosis pump. And it forces water through the membranes down here. The membranes are reverse osmosis membranes. They remove salt, virus, biologicals, contaminants, and sends purified water over there where they're filling those buckets. We got started about 1 hour ago, and so we have about 3 gallons so far. We have some friends in the community that have helped us to identify the need and to identify a point where we can use to make water. So we have volunteers that have helped us to embed in this community. These are all local people that live here that have joined us to share in the labor to make this possible.
Well, we're at a pumping station recycling some water for distribution in Great Bay and other places. Well, it is very essential, you know, because there's no water in the line, no truck running, nothing at all. So people can get to bathe, wash, drink, cook, do whatever they want to do. We were here from Tuesday pumping to get rid of some of the water that people can get back in their house and get their life back together and everything there. Out of all evil, you have to have a good. So this is a good move. We pump me thousands of gallons, man, from Tuesday. Thousands. That 1,000 gallons don't take 5 minutes to pull it. Not even 5 minutes. So anybody who need water can just come here freely, they can get it. No charge. If they don't want to drink it, they use it for bathroom purpose, bathing, washing, farming. If you have a truck, come with it to load it up. Now we just want to get rid of the water.
So as you heard, ladies and gentlemen, they just want to get rid of the water, that flood water on the land, and they're cleaning it up and repurposing it for domestic use. So it's a beautiful thing, and we welcome it and say hats off to those people. You know, it's amazing what they're doing. So also there's, you know, people are helping from and calling on help from, you know, some various places. I tell you what, we welcome it and we say it is needed. There's a lot of people suffering, but I want to caution you on this one. It may cause you to laugh, but I had to bring it on the stage to just change the narrative a little bit. But they're calling on help from various places, and this I wanted to bring to you, ladies and gentlemen, because it is amazing what they're asking here. Because I'm telling you, I don't know what this person was thinking, but it is funny. So I wanted to bring it to you. Here we go. So for the relief efforts, this is what these people wanted to ask for things, you know, asked to be done. So let's bring that to the stage and let's crank it up for you.
On a serious note, if anything could be done about getting some junkers in the area to take up some of the carcasses.
What a woman name? Lady. You're not afraid of Jamaican and give a nickname. I couldn't believe when we hear the video the first time around. I was like, this not woman that look like say she drink my pussy. Me never was a drunk myself. I said Jamaica is not a real place, and it is really true. It's true. I said I couldn't believe. So the lady asked if she could get some drunk in the area. I never know say Jamaicans them they don't there raise drunk. All right, never mind. Drunk you want, drunk you get some. Yeah. Take them and go to some few you want them for.
I went on Friday, didn't see any junkers in the air, and wondered, on a serious note, if anything could be done about getting some junkers in the area.
I'll leave that alone, ladies and gentlemen. We say keep the relief efforts coming. Her face looks serious, and I can't help it, ladies and gentlemen. But you can understand the seriousness of the devastation that this lady is asking for Jankros to be immigrated into the area. You know what I mean? So I know her words are genuine, because there's a lot of devastation, dead animals and so on in the area, and it is causing a biohazard as we speak. So it is critical that something is done to mitigate the risk of any infection and so on. So we say hats off to him, but at the same time, we have to give you an alert, and I'm going to share this video with you, that this is a warning. There's a lot going on in the area, and there's some Jamaica Constabulary force, that's a police force, that is telling you that you should be absolutely careful until things get back to normal. You must be careful how you approach the disaster zone. So this is a warning, ladies and gentlemen.
I said night I come, don't bother go. If you go down there, you want to go down there, and you see night I come, like all after one, after two, be escorted by the police. Unless you be escorted, guys, or the military, do not go in a late hours. Even if you have your weapon and you travel alone, don't bother feel like say you're still safe. Ambush or run, guys. And the next thing, guys, I'm going to tell you to be careful. You see, now go down there, don't stop in a deserted place where you see when somebody come out and stop you. Then use them as the person. I'll big up yourself. Them use them as the person. Them use like some little pitney and so. If you come out, stop your vehicle, and when you stop, them ambush you, guys. Careful, guys. Them use some little pitney as bait. Careful out there, guys. You understand? I know it's on the heart good, I know heart in the right place, but careful out there, guys. I know everybody will out there want good. Jay, big up yourself. It's sad, but it good always suffer for the bad. Because if that happen to somebody now, it actually want them want the help, them now go get the help. You get me I say? Careful like ambush them, guys. That's all I can tell you. Careful. Alec, big up yourself.
So you heard it from a member of the Jamaican Constabulary Force. That's what I've been led to understand, that this gentleman is also a police officer, and he's telling you to be careful of going into the disaster zone. If you can go in groups and go in the daytime early. If you see night coming, don't go. And people who are on the side of the road, especially isolated, especially young children, they are the front people that they're ambushing the relief effort. And until things get back on track, please be absolutely careful and know what you're doing. Check with the Jamaican government, check with the Jamaican Constabulary Force, check with the Jamaica Defense Force if you need to be escorted in and escorted out. It's you for your own safety. So, ladies and gentlemen, also there's a weather condition coming as well that you should know about, and there may be rains in the disaster-prone areas or the disaster areas. So it may be prone to additional disasters because of the coming rains that are slated to happen round about now or the next few days. So let's get that onto your stage here so you can hear from the meteorologist what's going on and what's coming. It is a possibility that there may be more rains. Here we go. Let's check that out.
It's Monday, November 10th, 2025. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. High concerns for flooding and landslides. This is going to be a significant flood threat over the next couple of days. This is the area we've been highlighting since earlier last week. You can see the rain that's been built in Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, and then lifting back through the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico. The Cayman Islands will see some additional showers trying to squeak in. In Jamaica, keeping a very close eye on this, especially in the wake of Melissa. I am not seeing this developing into something tropical, and for Jamaica, I'm seeing most of the rain staying to the south and west, but I'll keep a close eye on it because this rain will continue to build to the north. So,
ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the meteorologist is saying you know, pay attention to the south end of Jamaica. So that's the where the major disaster zone is. So we're going to follow this weather pattern over the next few days, and on Thursday night, we're going to bring that back to you to see what's going on in that area. It's extremely important that you prepare ahead of time, because the hurricane season is not over until the end of November to early the first week in December. So you got to understand that you got to still prepare and be mindful of what's going on down there. And I cannot emphasize that enough. Also, if you want to donate to the country, there's many ways you can do so, and we encourage you to do so, because at the end of the day, it's a long process, long haul. So you can go to a number of websites, as you can see here. The importation of disaster relief. There is a exemption on GCT, and also the tariffs on certain relief items. So I'll bring that to the stage right now. So if you can rest assured that the time frame for the exemption has been extended to December 31st. And as you can see here from the article here, it states that the time frame has been extended to December 31st. So there's a lot of people here in the United States and around the world who are now putting together a lot of relief items to send to Jamaica, so that custom duty and GCT that is exempt, they can beat the time frame for it to get to Jamaica, so they don't have to pay extra for it to get into the island to reach the people that it needs to get to. So we say hats off to them as well. There's also, if you go on the Jamaican consulate website, in whichever country you're in, check out the Jamaican consulate website. So if you're in England, if you're in Canada, if you're in France, just go to the Jamaican consulate website. That's the embassy, Jamaican embassy's website in your country, wherever you are. And it will tell you there how to aid in the relief and recovery of Jamaica. You know what I mean? Here in the United States, let's choose one area. You can be in Florida, New York, or somewhere else in the country. There's always an embassy near you. So you got to find that embassy and check it out. And there's a lot of information there for you to help those who cannot help themselves. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's check that out. And my screen is not cooperating at this point, but let's get that up there. Here we go. So check out your local embassy. Go on their website, and it will tell you how best to contribute to the country and send your reliefs in. So this is the New York Consulate General of Jamaica website. It has a lot of stuff there that you can now gather information. As you can see here, hurricane relief, Hurricane Melissa relief. What you can do, just go on there. There's an Amazon page as well, so you can contribute to the relief and recovery of Jamaica through this website. Now, also, here we go. Let's check this out. We can go on to Support Jamaica website. Also, let's bring that to the stage. I'm going to show you what you can do in order to support Jamaica. If you don't want to go to the consulate's website, you can also go to Support Jamaica. There's a lot of information there on how you can support Jamaica. All right, so let's share that with you so you know where to go. This is supportjamaica.gov.jm. It is amazing. So check it out, guys. Here we go. So go to the Jamaican, it's called Support Jamaica. All right. You can get a lot of information there as well. It's supportjamaica.gov.jm. And you got a lot of information there to support in any way that you can. And also remember, there's also the Shaggy Make a Difference Foundation, the Grace Hamilton Foundation. You have so much going on there. DJ Palmer's Foundation, and also many other foundations that are helping Jamaica. So there's many ways you can do that. Remember the All-Star Benefit Concert at the UBS Arena with Shaggy and friends, and all from all over the world. They'll be there. You can buy a ticket and also support the relief efforts. Also, let's look at. We also have the Manchester High School. That's my old high school. They're doing a relief effort also. Let's bring that to the stage. I want to share that with you. Let's go. And we're going to share that with you. Manchester High School, they have, that's the class of 85. They've got an Amazon website that you can now buy, donate through the website. It's a beautiful thing. So you should support this disaster relief through the website. And I'm going to put that on the stage for you to show you what it looks like. So you can donate gifts to others. They will ship it down there. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Here we go. So if you go to Amazon and type in Manchester High School 85 Alumni Jamaica Relief Effort, they have that going as well. So you can, for all the people of Manchester High School, please go onto the Amazon website and, buy something, just donate something, anything. There's a list of stuff here that they have that are exempt from the tariffs and also GCT in Jamaica. Just go through it, see what you can purchase, what you can afford. There's things as low as, low, under $20, and on the under $10 as well. So you can give whatever you can through this through the Amazon relief effort from Manchester High School class of 85, the alumni division. So check it out, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely critical that you continue to contribute to the relief efforts of Jamaica. Also, you need to know what to pack. If you're packing your barrels, there's also a list of stuff that you need to understand, that there's a list of exempt stuff. Some things are not exempt, ladies and gentlemen. The relief effort list is also on the Jamaica Customs Agency website. Here it is. It's right in front of you. And you can go onto the website also and go through that list. Read through what is exempt, because some things are not exempt and some things need a license. And also there's other critical information that you need to read before you ship. All right. So we're going to say big up to Dujan Rose. Something about wasted college years, but Charlie James, United States is collapsing. We're not going to discuss that. And we say they're praying for Jamaica as well. So big up to all the people who are joining in on RAMP Promotions Real Deal Podcast Show. We say welcome. Just go through the list, check the Jamaica Customs Agency. I have a nephew working there as well. And we say, go on the website and check. Check, please. That's Dujan's brother, by the way. Dujan is talking about, I don't know what he's talking about. I got to call my little family there. She wasted her college years. I don't know what that is. I think that's a side joke. But go on the Jamaica Customs website, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Know what's exempt, what is not, what conditions you have to meet in terms of getting things into Jamaica, GCT free and tariff free. All right, so go on there. This is the Jamaica Customs list. That's the Jamaica Customs agency list. You got to get on there and make sure that when you're sending stuff to Jamaica, you don't create a problem for it to get in there. So if you don't know how to pack a barrel, let's get that up to you. Let me show you how you pack a barrel. If you're going to pack a barrel to ship down there, let's get those images up here so you can understand what it takes to pack a barrel, what it looks like, and how best you should utilize every space in that barrel. Let's get that up to you right now. So let's share that with you, ladies and gentlemen, so you understand how to do it and the best way to minimize any risk. So here we go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you see how you pack a barrel, so you put things down below that can cushion things up on top. So let's show you another angle of that. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope this helps you in every way possible. Also, NARAMP wants to highlight a few people that were on the show a few days ago as well. We say big up to those people, and we want to share that on our screen. Let me get that up here in just a second. But I say thank you to each and everyone who's going to like, share, subscribe, comment, and click that notification bell, ladies and gentlemen. Please, you got to share and share this information with everybody so they can help those who cannot help themselves. It's amazing what's going on in the country at this point in time. It's not normal what happened with a Category 5 hurricane. We're lucky to have a lot of people alive after such a horrendous event. It's amazing what we can do for each other if we just work together. As you can see, many celebrities have visited the country, and they're asking you to just keep it going, keep things going, because this is not normal. You get what I'm saying? So we want to big up also Alicia Dehaney. I think Alicia Dehaney, and another person. Let me bring that to the stage for you. But in the meantime, just like, share, subscribe, comment, click your notification bell so you know when we're coming on live onto the show. And this is an amazing show that will help you to help those who can't help themselves. We're here to put out a lot of information to you, and I want you to make suggestions in the comment section of how best we can revolutionize this beautiful family-friendly show to the advantage of you, our audience, to help those who can't help themselves, especially in events like this. It's amazing when you can have an avenue that will help others to help themselves. So, ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to like, share, subscribe, comment, click on that notification bell. Click on it. Share it with all your friends and family. We hope that we can be of service to each and everyone in any way that we can to make a positive difference in the world. So we want to big up also Alicia Duhaney, and also another Sophia D 3832. We picked them out because they also sending comments, and we're saying we're inviting you to the show. If you want to talk about what you were talking about in the comment section, and anyone who wants to be a part of the show, please let us know. can send us an email. You can send us a social message also, and we will bring you on the show if it merits. If what you want to talk about is in line with our principles, and also if it's a PIP, where we prioritize, inform, and promote. You know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, bless up yourselves. Mr. Vivian Thomas also, you'll see him back here soon. He's trying to get himself situated after Hurricane Melissa. That was a series that we need to get out all the historical content that he has. He has a library of information, and he'll be back on the show very, very soon. Likewise, DJ Latta, when he gets back to the country and when he has time. It takes a lot of effort to get things done here. And we say hats off to them, and we say welcome back to RAMP Promotions Real Deal podcast show. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of the show, we say thank you. So, just remember, pray when you're going out. Pray when you're coming in. And remember, God is in control. This is RAMP Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show, PIP Mondaze. And we say thank you for being here. Keep on donating to the relief efforts and the recovery efforts of Jamaica. And we say thank you. We'll see you on Thursday Night Live. And share, like, share, subscribe, comment, and click that notification bell. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and big up all the RAMP family around the globe, especially Godfathers in England. And we say, bless you. You'll be here live. Akabu Band and also Rough Cut Band, we're coming at you real soon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Keep on doing the good that you do. God bless you all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. RAMP Promotions is